Naz Hillmon. So our two stars will contest the jump at center court. Things are rocking in the Chrysler Center, and we're underway. Villanova in the blue, Michigan in the white. Olsen, the freshman, running the offense. She had a big game against BYU. Villanova upset third-seeded BYU.
And I love that matchup at the point guard spot. You have Filia against Olsen.
Let's take a look at our Capital One starting lineup, a familiar lineup for Michigan. A lot of veterans on this Michigan team against a more youthful Villanova team with only 4 underclassmen. Only one of their players will not return. Nolan misses the opening 3 for Michigan. And the offensive rebound by Filia. She's tied up by Olsen. And rebounding is going to be a key in this game, right?
Absolutely. Michigan, a prolific rebounding team nationally, leading in the Big Ten. You have to box this team out, and I know Coach said it, even to begin the tournament, rebounding, especially on the offensive end, when you get your shot up, they're going to go and attack that glass.
Turnover by Nolan, so that'll give the ball back to Villanova. Michigan comes in red hot as a number 3 seed, their highest seed in program history. Here's a look at Villanova's starting 5 presented by Capital One. Villanova with the win over BYU on Saturday. Huge win against BYU to set this up. Villanova was picked to finish 5th in the Big East this year, and there right away is one of our stars, Segrist, and that's a good sign for Villanova because she started slowly against BYU.
She's so versatile. We saw her. She can shoot that long ball, but she can work out in the post too, and you saw that length and agility and how she used her body to easily get into the basket.
Michigan still searching for their first bucket. They started a little slow against American on Saturday as well, and then turned it on in the second quarter and dominated. They led American by as many as 39 points at one time, but the first quarter was tight. Herlihy rifles it on the wing, 3-pointer on the way and no good. Garzon from Israel missing the 3, and the ball's going to stay on this end.
And for Michigan offensively, they've seen it all season long. Naz Hillmon is going to get doubled. There's going to be extra help on her. So many feet in the paint. So they're going to have to be poised, get it in, but get it out as well.
Garzon misses. You had a chance to glimpse at 2 conference coaches of the year leading these teams. Filia got stuck. She's a freshman. That is knocked away by Garzon. She wins the battle for the 50-50 ball and lays it in, and Villanova up 4-0 early.
Wow, and we saw it right here in front of us. Her face, the look on her face, she went after that ball. Great hustle by Garzon and great finish. Garzon
also just a freshman academically. This Villanova team is well positioned for the future.
Look at how stuffed the paint is. Villanova is not letting Michigan get anything easy.
Mullen, quick pass to Segrist, and she misses the 3. Foul on Filia, her first foul of the game. And this is the first time in program history Michigan has ever hosted, and they showed up. This place is packed tonight. Of course, these two teams will meet in the men's tournament on Thursday. Juwan Howard of Michigan, a big fan of this women's program. He's at most of the games here. And Jay Wright also very close to Denise Dillon. The men's and women's teams very close to both programs. Shot clock at 5. Roush will push it for Michigan. Going in against Garzon, it's blocked. Asia, the Villanova defense, a big factor here early. Mullen. Michigan has not made a field goal yet, and we played 3 minutes. Roush tried to get it in to Naz Hillmon, but Herlihy knew where that ball was going and picked it off.
And Coach talked about this in their shoot-around. They said that if caught behind Naz Hillmon, these Villanova Wildcats, they work to get around, so you can't just eyeball Naz Hillmon. You got to get pass fakes in there.
An uncharacteristic 4 turnovers already on Michigan. Blocking foul on Kaiser. Emily Kaiser, senior from Noblesville, Indiana. Let's look again.
You see Hurley, a lot of body, and she got tripped up as well.
Our officials, Melissa Barlow, Angie Enlin, and Nikisha Thompson. Nikisha Thompson will hand the ball to Olsen, just a freshman who had a fantastic game against BYU. Very young team, but you would never know it watching them play.
Yeah, you got to get Naz Hillmon the ball in there. And
Hillmon.
that's exactly what she does well. She finishes through contact. And that's such a great look into her in the transition when not everybody on the defensive end is back. And Naz Hillmon has two hands and has complete position inside. That is a great look and great finish.
Hillmon coming off her 49th career double-double in the win over American. She is a trailblazer here in this Michigan basketball program. Shot clock again, a factor. Down to 4. Hurley off the glass. And Dilk with the rebound will push it. Up to Hillmon. And Hillmon just could not come down with a good defense by Olsen to break that up.
How about that? The block by the freshman point guard Olsen.
Third block for Villanova. And an offensive foul called against Villanova.
Naz Hillmon just coming down in transition, but how about it? The freshman, Olsen, fearless. She says, no, I'm not letting you score in here today.
Olsen coming off a game against BYU with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, but she had 6 steals in that game. That foul was on Hurley. Michigan still looking to try to get the score tied or take the lead. They have not led yet. Nolan off the glass, banks it in. Maddie Nolan, who's known for her three-point shooting, finds an opening in the lane.
And that was a tough bucket too. Just great offense there by Nolan.
Olsen with her back to the Maze Rage, the student section here in Chrysler. Shot clock again, down to 5. Hurley goes to work. And a whistle, a foul on number 32, Leah Brown. Will return in a moment for tied at 4. The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Well, these fans have had a lot to cheer about across the Michigan campus this weekend, as Michigan had one heck of a Saturday. The men upsetting Tennessee to advance to the Sweet 16. Juwan Howard powering his team back into the Sweet 16. And then the ice hockey team, the men, they won the Big Ten, and now they're the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. All this was on Saturday. The defending national champions, the Michigan women's gymnastics team, also won the Big Ten, and they're headed into the NCAAs now. The wrestling team over in Detroit finished second in the national championship, but Nick Suriano won an individual title in the 125-pound class. It has been a massive weekend here in Ann Arbor for the Michigan athletic program, and tonight the women are trying to join the men in the Sweet 16, as is Villanova. Mullen trying to get it in. Dangerous pass, but somehow Hurley came down with it. Villanova has not scored in 3.5 minutes. And that will continue. An offensive foul down in the paint against Brooke Mullen.
That's great defense down there by Dilk. Great play. Way to step in and take the charge. Look at Dilk just right here on the help side, right after the pass. Great read, a great defensive effort.
Well, Michigan was, I'd like to say, a freight train the other night. They started very slowly, and then they got rolling, and American just could not deal with it. And again tonight, little slow start. Hillmon has just given Michigan its first lead. Villanova has been so good defensively, but Hillmon with 4 points. Sechrist with 2, our 2 stars. Michigan has made 3 of their last 4 shots after missing their first 3. Michigan playing with the highest seed it's ever had. Last year they made the Sweet 16. Trying to go back-to-back. Herlihy in the lane. Knocks it in.
Great effort on the glass and great move to finish by Herlihy.
Herlihy good on the defensive end. And then throws it away. Back into Hillmon. And Hillmon going to work. She has been unstoppable the last couple of times down the floor. 6 points. And she is continuing to rewrite the record books here.
Unstoppable indeed, and I love that quick spin move.
Olsen, the freshman, missing the three. Villanova having trouble making three-pointers here in Ann Arbor. They have already missed 6 in this game. Good defense. Steal by Runyon.
This is important for Nova. When they get these stops, they have to convert on the offensive end.
Yeah, 6 turnovers for Michigan. Herlihy lets it fly. And what did I say about not making threes? Well, she just answered that.
And Herlihy is a capable three-point shooter, as all these Wildcats are, so that's good to see them start lighting it up.
Herlihy was on the roster the last time Michigan and Villanova met, which was 2017, but she didn't make the trip because she had a torn ACL. Brown going down the lane. And one. Foul is called on Herlihy.
Brown just attacking hard left, and yeah, Herlihy gave her a lot of body. I think she tried to step in and see if she could take a charge.
Herlihy up. And Herlihy out of the game right now. Leah Brown on the free throw line now. She will come back next season. Brown transfer from Nebraska, second team All Big Ten. Knocks in the free throw. She's an 82% free throw shooter, in Michigan with the 2-point lead. Brown, such a steady player in a Michigan uniform. Hillmon, 8 points.
Hillmon at the top of this press is so hard to go up against. The length.
Nice look up the floor, and Segrist now has become the all-time leading scorer in their junior season at Villanova. She needed 4 points to pass the great Shelley Pennefather for the junior season record. Brown, short jumper, in and out. You could hear the awe from the crowd. This is about what you thought, Asia? It's been a pretty quick pace.
Oh, up and down is exactly what I expected from both of these teams. They want to get up and down. They want to get those shots up. It makes for such an exciting game. And keep an eye out here on Oriole. She had a tremendous game against BYU off of the bench.
Yeah, 10 points off the bench the other night. Segrist, nice step back. Oh,
nice step back. Yeah.
And she runs down the floor, pumping her arms, trying to get their fan base fired up behind the bench. A lot of Villanova families and fans making the trip. Hillmon missing only her second shot, and it will stay with Michigan.
Maddie Sears with the cross first. Oh, and then the step back. This is what the #2 scorer in the nation looks like.
Been drawing a lot of comparisons to Elena Deladon. Kim Barnes-Arico. 3 of her former assistants are head coaches in the Big Ten right now. And one of her former assistants, Joe Tardamella at St. John's, is the one that brought that comparison to her attention.
I can see it. Great size, high IQ, nice shot.
Battle on the floor. You're not going to see any shortage in hustle here. And the jump ball will give it to Villanova. And both these teams have been so fun to watch practice for the past few days. They go so hard in practice, but seem to have a real joy for playing the game. It's not work, it's fun.
It's all fun. They're working hard. It looks like you're actually watching a game when you're watching the practices, but they're doing it with a smile on their face and a ton of energy.
Villanova's made its last 3 shots. Seegers thought about it. Garzon, she has no hesitation.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that in the first game. She's going to throw it up. She's got that shooter-shoot mentality for sure.
No memory when it comes to shooting. We're joking around about how she can make a terrible play and then come back and win the game for you. And Garzon has just put Villanova up by 3 as we end the first quarter. Back and forth. And at the end of the quarter, Villanova wrestles the lead back. Maddie Seegers continuing to rewrite the Villanova. They were given a lot of credit by the players after that win the other night against American, as Michigan started slowly in that one.
Well, you got to credit the fans and the crowd. They're 15-0 at home. There's no place like home for Michigan.
Michigan undefeated this year in this building. Filia just could not get that to go in, but she'll be at the free throw line. Foul was on Oriole. It's been a tough place for opponents this year. And you just think about all the Big Ten teams that have come through here, like Iowa and Maryland, Indiana, just some fantastic Big Ten programs that Michigan's handled. Filia, freshman, their highest rated recruit. It's interesting, Asia, because in the post-match press conference, a reporter asked Filia what it was like to play in her first March Madness. And before she could answer, Naz Hillmon said, "Hey, it's my first March Madness too." And then Kim Barnes-Arico said, "Yeah, mine too." About time. It is indeed March Madness.
About time. I love it.
14 points by Michigan as they struggle to deal with Villanova's defense. The Wildcats ended that last quarter on a 7-0 run. Hillmon, 8 points in the first quarter, getting it into Varejao. Varejao with a wild shot, but look who's there to clean it up. Hillmon, though, 3 seconds, turns it over.
And Naz Hillmon was at the high post, maybe a little bit further out when that play was being made inside, and just hustled. You could see here and got on the glass.
But how about that swarming?
Yeah, that swarming defense by Villanova. These Wildcats, they came to play today.
It's a fly-out defense they play. 3 on the way. Buried by Garzon again. She's got 2 of the team's 3 three-pointers.
Garzon is just ready to let it fly and light it up today. I love it.
3 of 6 overall, 2 of 4 behind the three-point line. Garzona's native language is Hebrew, from Israel. Villanova has a history of having some Israeli players in the program. She continues that tradition. Shot clock down to 5. Hillmon double-teamed. And a block by Seegers out of bounds. Michigan will keep it. And there's that D again.
Yeah, that was an excellent play by Seegers. She was actually on the other side. She knew Naz Hillmon was going to turn and go baseline, so she just went right to that baseline and smothered her, blocked the shot.
Quick shot and a foul on the arm as Runyon, who is a very familiar name here at Michigan, as both her dad and brother played football here, and they're here in Villanova gear watching the game. She committed the foul. Runyon, a sophomore. And there's dad John Sr. He played in the NFL for the Philadelphia Eagles for 14 years. And her brother, John Jr., who is the current, there he is, starting left guard for the Packers. He flew in just for this game today. So still a lid on the basket for Michigan. Seegers and Hillmon, what a matchup to watch tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. The top superstars, as we talked about tonight on both sides.
And this time Nolan commits the foul as Runyon went by her. Nolan, great three-point shooter. No free throws yet. Runyon will inbound it. And a whistle during the running of the play. And Filia picks up her second foul as they're getting a little too physical trying to defend that inbounds play. They worked on it in shoot around. Herlihy backing in one-on-one.
Oh, that's a great move. Not able to get the finish, but this is what Michigan wants. They want to get out and run in transition. Great stop. Way to stop that transition from the Wildcats.
Hillmon, Segrist, little too close, gets over her back. And a reminder, ESPN's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One continues Friday through next Monday with a Sweet 16 and Elite 8. And then on Friday, April 1st, it's the Final Four. Confetti flies on Sunday, April 3rd at 8 Eastern with the championship. 3 is missed. And a reminder, you can also see all the games on the ESPN app. Nice look, and Hillmon finishes.
Great pass, and that's how you convert off of a second chance opportunity. That was a great rebound by the point guard Roush under the basket that got them that extra play. And great pass from Brown to Hillmon.
Good defense. Look at the intensity.
I love it. Roush is intense. She's fired up.
Roush, one of the co-captains, she and Hillmon, the leaders of this team, and leading by example there with that hustle and intensity.
You talk about that board on the offensive end to get her team that extra chance, and then coming on the defensive end and making that hustle play.
Roush, also a senior. Again, this is a very veteran Michigan team against a more youthful Villanova team. Shot clock at 5. Good block by Brown. Roush, an ambitious pass. Lucky she got the kick. And she and Hillmon talk about it.
You see Olsen, the freshman, coming in, but how about that block by Brown? And second look here. Hope we can get an angle of the face. Look at the face there. So much passion, so much energy.
Brown took
and
the
then she gets a
pass.
bucket here.
So Brown with the score as the seniors stepping up. We're tied at 19.
And she wants the crowd to get involved. It's getting loud here in the Chrysler Arena.
Again, this is why Michigan doesn't lose here. Whoa! Garzone says, sit down, everybody.
That indeed.
4 of their last 4 3 balls have been pure. Nothing but net. And a whistle away from the ball. This is a physical game.
Absolutely, very physical, but you gotta love it. And we talk about Garzone. She's just ready. She's just spotting up. She had to shut that crowd up for a second as Michigan was going on a run.
That foul was on Runyon. It is tough to quiet this crowd. It is a tidal wave of success for Michigan athletics right now. We documented it earlier, the big weekend they had here. But Villanova giving Michigan all it can handle out of the Big East. What a tournament it's been for the Big East. Hillmon with the spin, trying to get position, and does.
Oh my gosh. No answer at all for Naz Hillmon. You can put 1 player on her. You can have 2 on her. She is scoring on everybody.
How do you defend that? Hillmon, leading scorer in the game with 12 points. She's also got 2 rebounds. Herlihy through 3 defenders, missed. Wide open in the corner. Michigan going into the half-court set. Brown will shoot the 3. And Olsen, the freshman, grabs the rebound. Olsen missed Pennsylvania basketball last year. Number 3 in blue with the ball. She'll shoot the 3. Nothing but net.
I love it. That's what Nova worked on. How to play out of those traps, those aggressive traps that Michigan's sending out. Just stay poised, swing that ball. You've got three-point shooters all around the arc, and Olsen was able to knock that one down.
And suddenly they're all going in. 5 3-pointers now for Villanova. They struggled with the 3-ball in their last game, started this one slowly, but they are red hot right now. Half of their made shots have been threes. Villanova up by 4. Second quarter, the Sweet 16 on the line. Picked up by Roush. Brown in the lane with the left, yes. Well, we wondered how Villanova would handle this crowd, their young team. I think they're handling it very well, but this crowd is doing their best.
I love it, the youngins.
Siegrist misses.
Not shying away.
Rouse,
a great
beautiful pass. And Hillmon with the offensive rebound draws the foul.
Well, it has been an inside-out game indeed with Naz Hillmon, of course, taking over the interior. But then how about the answer back? The freshman, Olsen, with the 3. Villanova up by 2.
All right, check out the new dance move. Let's see your best dance move.
Coming up on Degree in the studio, Drea Carter, Monica McNutt, Kelsey Riggs going to be with you. NC State takes care of business, plus we look ahead at some of the big games we still have on deck. But right now, Villanova getting it done. What do you need to see more of?
Well, listen, Villanova's threes. They've got 5 threes keeping them in it. Michigan has 20 points in the paint, but it's negated by those threes.
Naz Hillmon has 12 points in this ballgame, but give Villanova their credit. They go 6-0, 6-0, 6-1 with their back 3. They've done a good job of keeping Michigan in front.
Sam, in Asia, we have that and so much more coming your way at the half.
All right, looking forward to listening in. Thanks, ladies. When I say Naz Hillmon is a trailblazer, I really mean it. She is the only player in Michigan basketball history, man or woman, and you think of all the all-time greats they've had here, that has scored over 2,000 points and had over 1,000 rebounds, and that tally continues. I mean, she is one of the all-time greats to ever put on a Michigan basketball uniform.
Absolutely, and you hit it right on the nail. You talk about all the talented athletes on both sides, men's and women, that come through this program, and for her to have those numbers and achieve that milestone, it's just so impressive. Says a lot about Naz Hillmon's game.
Leah Brown, she has been the spark plug tonight. Instant energy knocked that out of bounds. Michigan and Villanova tied at 25 in a very physical, intense game. Hillmon comes over and ties up Oriole, and the possession arrow gives it back to the Wolverines.
And you see Olsen is going to come back in quick, but Oriole just getting smothered by this trap from Michigan. Such length, such aggression, and this is what they've worked on in shoot-around.
Both defenses are producing turnovers. There's 8 turnovers on Michigan, 7 on Villanova. Interesting though, Siegrist, the Villanova star, has not scored since 103 in the first. There's Nolan, who knocks down a 3. She had 7 against Maryland earlier this year.
But remember, we talking about a player that can score in bunches. Maddie Siegrist, remember, she had those 19 points in the second half after only having 6 in the first against BYU, so keep an eye out on her. Do not sleep on her scoring, whether it's coming in bunches, I'll tell you that. She
does not force it, you're exactly right. Garzon has had no trouble pulling the trigger, missed that one. Michigan on a 7-0 run, trying to build on it with a 3-point lead right now. Nolan with the ball, lobbing it into Hillmon. Oh, Olsen with a good block. Brown in the right place at the right time. So is Hillmon. Unstoppable.
Such a workhorse. If she's not getting it initially in the post-up, you better believe she's going to find another way to score, and she did exactly that on the offensive putback.
And she got the fans on their feet as well. Olsen will try to sit him down. Offensive rebound by Cauley, who snuck into the game after that timeout. And right away, Brown jumping up on Segrist.
A good move.
Oh, the jump step, yes!
Wow. You talk about high IQ, you talk about a talented offensive player. That was such a great hop through by Segrist.
Star power abounds in this game. Roush through the lane with the left. And Cauley with a big rebound there, the freshman from Connecticut. Fans wanted a foul. Nolan was sent to the floor, no call. Olsen continues about her business and brings Villanova to within one.
Yeah, that was tough. I thought that could have been a charge call there. Nolan was set up, but it was not called. But great offensive effort there by Villanova.
So Dilt will try to settle things down for the Wolverines. What a battle. Big East, Big Ten. And Cauley, the freshman who has been inserted into the lineup and been instant energy, gets the tie up, and Villanova will get the ball back.
As talented and as capable of Naz Hillmon is to score in the double team, I'll tell you what, she can't hold it in there too long because the Wildcats, they are swarming in and being aggressive.
Hillmon and Brown have been dominating so far. They've been carrying the team. Hillmon with 16 points, Brown with 8. Garzon, the leading scorer for Villanova right now with 11. Segrist has 8. Garzon again with the 3. Dilt swarmed. 2 freshmen on her and a jump ball. Michigan will keep it. Olsen and Cauley descend upon her.
How about it? Cauley and Olsen, the freshman, being aggressive there. And you see them, they chest bump each other, as they should. They are happy.
Yeah, Coach Dillon saying her freshmen were fearless and confident. Oh, that looks so easy by Leah Brown as we're about to close out the half.
Leah Brown has just come out to play this evening. You can see it in her eyes. She's got ice in her veins.
About a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock in the final seconds of the second quarter. Olsen spins through. Michigan will have a final shot. Dilt. Her teammates. In fact, this is a very communicative team. They really emphasize growth in the mind, body, and spirit, have a different theme every day of the week that they talk about as a team. It's a lot of fun to be around this group. And Herlihy starts the third quarter with a 3-pointer.
Wow, you talk about coming out of the half. And this is why this Wildcat offense is so dangerous. They score off of a lot of that off ball screen action on the weak side specifically, so you have to keep your head on a swivel. But how about the answer there from Naz Hillmon? Who else could you expect an answer from? She is just so dominant in the paint. You have to watch out for her.
Hillmon is getting very close to her 50th career double-double. She's up to 6 rebounds now to go along with her 18 points, and by the way, has 3 steals as well.
Pay attention right now to the superstar matchup right here. Naz Hillmon and Segrist.
Garzon lets it fly, misses this one. Mullen with the offensive rebound.
And credit, great tap out there by Olsen. We talked about how a lot of people, they sleep on her length. She's actually got some length for that point guard position as she gets the bucket there from the elbow. Olsen
plays with so much joy. She typically has a smile on her face when you see her off the court. Just an excellent athlete. Finished her high school career with 1,699 points that her dad teases her every day about missing a free throw. One other free throw would have given her 1,700 for the career. There's Hillmon again going to work. Showing some humanity there. She actually missed. Nolan. A good box out by Herlihy to get that rebound.
You got to love that effort. You see so many Nova bodies in the paint, helping on Hillmon, helping out on the glass.
Mullen, the niece of NBA superstar Chris Mullen, a Naismith Hall of Famer. Missing that three.
It was actually funny. We asked what her dad does, if her dad was an athlete, and they said no.
Yeah.
The irony behind that. Clearly, all the genes are coming from Uncle Mullen, Uncle Chris.
Got a couple of NBA ties in this game as Verajal for Michigan, also the niece of Anderson Verajal. There's Mullen and Uncle Chris, I'm sure, watching this game. And she runs off the floor now. We're tied at 34. The winner of this game will get to the Sweet 16 for the second time in program history. Michigan got there last year. Hillmon, no problem. She's up to 20.
Yeah, that was a great pass, and that help side there for Villanova has got to be there.
Hillmon has scored 20 of Michigan's 36 points. Can you stop her? I mean, can you do anything to slow her down, Asia?
I mean, she's just such a great player, and she's scoring in all ways. And even when she's not scoring, she does so much for her team offensively just simply by absorbing all that defense. Not
the shot Villanova wanted, and Michigan can add to the lead. Rouse going right to the rim.
The bench is going crazy, as they should. That was a great take by Roush.
Crazy is an adequate word to describe the scene here, and I mean that in a good way. I'm sure there's some very important people with yellow wigs on in this arena.
I'm seeing a lot of yellow wigs.
Yeah, it is a fantastic college atmosphere. Every sport in Ann Arbor. Olsen, freshman on freshman, misses the bank. A 4-point Michigan lead. They're also trying to protect that undefeated record here this year. This is their last game in Chrysler Arena. Ophelia, nice fake. Hillmon, though, she'll get the rebound and fouled by Siegrist.
Yeah, that's got to be a luxury. You almost wonder, if you're Michigan, it's okay to just get a shot up just because you have such a prolific and stat rebounder in Hillmon down there. Shot goes up by Ophelia, but guess what? Naz Hillmon over 3 people.
So Hillmon will be on the free throw line when we return to Ann Arbor with the Wolverines up 4. Well, that young man is Ryan Harris, who's one of the managers for the Villanova team, and he had the honor of being coached in travel basketball by none other than Kim Barnes-Arico. KBA, as they refer to her around here. She coached her son Trevor and Ryan's travel basketball team when they were little boys. This was around 3rd grade. She did it all the way through 5th grade. And I saw those two hugging it out before the game today. Trevor is here. He plays basketball at Emerson College in Boston. And love that Kim has been so involved in the athletics of her kids. Her daughter's an excellent lacrosse player as well. And she was telling me about how the Michigan lacrosse team did really well yesterday against Villanova. Saw Kim out running this morning as well. I mean, she's superwoman. She's unbelievable.
No, it's like a thing. I think everybody here in Ann Arbor, they always see her running because she's running all over the town. So it's normal. Like, hey, yeah, I saw Coach Kim today.
Herlihy through the lane, misses. Her face just lit up today when we told her that we were going to show Ryan and talk about Trevor, her oldest. Kim Barnes-Arico has Trevor, the oldest, and then 2 daughters, youngest in 8th grade. She is such an inspiring person. Just to be around her and the way she runs practice and her emphasis on mind, body, and spirit. She has quite the coaching tree as well. 3 of her assistants now head coaches in the Big East. The current Big Ten Coach of the Year. Siegrist in the lane. She did force that one up.
Yeah, I thought that one was forced up. This Wildcat offense, one thing I like about it is how much they can do off of the ball, and I think they need to keep the ball moving, keep that weak side action going, and not force up any tough shots.
It's a 5-out offense for Villanova. Villanova's been known for their creative offense for years since Harry Peretta ran this program. There's another turnover. But Denise Dillon is definitely doing things differently, a lot similar to her former coach, but then has added a twist. Coach Peretta's teams really went 5 back. They would not care so much about rebounding. Denise Dillon seems to emphasize rebounding a little more than his did at Villanova.
And look at the size they have all around and just how aggressive they are.
Oriole wide open is Olsen in the lane. Good pass.
That's what happens when you get the ball moving around. You have the weak side open. That's where Olsen was, and she was able to score. That's exactly what Villanova needs to do. Get that ball moving. Trust your offense.
Olsen with 7. Good lob down low to Kaiser. Kaiser with the left hand gets her own miss and then draws a foul from an incredulous Olsen.
There you go, Oriole there, and Olsen just slips right there on the weak side. Great read by Villanova.
So a break in the action, and we could use it. This one's intense. Come on back. Sweet 16 on the line. A little big picture moment. We are in Ann Arbor, part of the Wichita region. The winner of this moves into the Sweet 16 to face South Dakota, who upset Baylor over the weekend. Tennessee and Belmont now playing on ESPN. Belmont also one of the big upset winners in the tournament. The winner of that game goes on to meet Louisville in the Sweet 16. Now, what a tournament. March Madness is the perfect description for what's happened in the women's tournament in the first weekend of action.
I mean, you talk about yesterday, the Sunday stunners, they called the upsets with the 2 seeds, specifically talking about Iowa and Baylor. They fell victim to the madness, and that's just like you said. We are experiencing some madness here, and here you see these notable upsets here throughout the tournament, throughout the weekend. But I'm telling you, that Creighton-Iowa game really caught my eye. That was such a crazy game, and they did it at Iowa, in front of the Iowa crowd.
Fun to talk to Denise Dillon today about Creighton. Of course, they faced Creighton this year in Big East play. 1 of 2 free throws made on the other end by Kaiser. And now a foul. Hillmon gets called for the foul. And that'll be her first personal foul.
See, I like that by Segrist. She had 2 on her, but she was aggressive, and she drew the contact, and she's an exceptional free throw shooter.
Segrist, the Big East Player of the Year, and the nation's second leading scorer. Just went over 1,800 points. That was in the last game. But again, she's just one of those players that is so fundamentally sound, so pure, she does not force it. She has 10 right now, but before you know it, she'll be up to 25 and you hardly notice.
Absolutely, you'll blink and she'll have 20-something plus points. It's an amazing her game.
Brown off the glass, and that was well defended by Runyon.
Brown was looking for some contact there, but I'm pretty sure Coach Kim will take the make.
Brown, 12 points. She's the second leading scorer for Michigan. Hillmon has 21 and also 7 rebounds. Hillmon could get her 50th career double-double tonight. Oriole off, but look who's there to catch it and stick it in. Maybe it was a pass.
I just watched Oriole's face. She gave that look like, guys, you know that was a pass, right? My assist.
Do we give her an assist?
Segrist. I'm giving her that assist.
Yeah, me too.
We'll update you when we get the stat sheet, the next one.
Well, again, there's a look at the intensity on the floor jump ball. But Maddie Segrist, again, she is one of those players like Hillmon that is rewriting the record book for Villanova. Segrist, the first Villanova Big East Player of the Year since back in the 90s. And also just one of those young people that is so fun to have a conversation with. She's in grad school right now, but she will be back next year. Loved watching Segrist. Before we could talk to her, she had to make 5 threes in a row, and it didn't take her long. But she is following in the footsteps of one of the all-time greats in the games. She is following in the steps of Shelley Pennefather. That's a name you definitely want to Google and read that story. Shelley Pennefather is one of the all-time greats in the women's game and was at Villanova. She's the highest paid basketball player in the world. and gave it up to become a nun. And Maddie had a chance to meet her. 3 on the way. Fans appreciate that effort. Olsen picks up her 3rd foul. Shelly Pennefather 3 times the Big East Player of the Year. In fact, she was the National Player of the Year as well. Lisa Angelotti the 2nd, and Maddie Siegrist becoming the 3rd. Denise Dillon also played for Villanova. Fantastic player. So much history in that Villanova program. Nolan, everybody thought that was going in. Good offensive rebound by Kaiser.
And you can't leave Maddie Nolan out there by herself. I know she missed it, but she can shoot it.
Hurley wrestles that away. Offensive rebounding has been outstanding for Michigan. They've got 16 offensive rebounds.
That's their bread and butter. That's why they led the Big Ten in offensive rebounds, or in rebounds in general, excuse me.
Siegrist got loose. Siegrist 12 points. Hillmon has 21, our 2 stars. Last year, Hillmon was a consensus player of the year in the Big Ten. First team All-American.
That's great defense there. Nothing is going to come easy for Hillmon. She's going to have to work for position, work for every single shot. And if she just holds it just for even half a second, I'm telling you that next second, she's going to get swarmed.
She gets 1 more rebound. It'll be her 50th career double-double and her 5th in NCAA play. Filia coming back in the game for Michigan, giving Nolan a breather. Filia had 24 points against Iowa this year.
Both teams right now, they're just forcing up shots.
The defense is just so strong in this game, Angela.
Extremely. And you got to credit the effort on both ends. I love it.
Michigan 0 for their last 5. Still struggling to put the ball in the basket, shooting 39%.
See, this is too stagnant for me. I like the Nova offense that's moving. You don't typically see them going one-on-one off the dribble. Where is the weak side flare screens, back screens, the cutting?
You're right, Asia. It's a lot different the way they're playing tonight. And a foul called on Cauley as she defends her fellow freshman Filia. Cauley came in off the bench in the first half and was an instant catalyst. And a reminder, we've got Indiana and Princeton coming up from the Bridgeport region. Full night of action across ESPN, ESPN2, and here on ESPNU as March Madness continues. All the winners tonight move on to the Sweet 16.
And watch out for Princeton. They were another one of those teams shaking things up in the madness, causing some upsets. Beat Kentucky.
Filia's free throw good, and it is a chance for me to remind you that the Men's Basketball Championship Sweet 16 begins Thursday at 7 Eastern on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. For more, go to ncaa.com. Filia, good-looking free throws. Fans trying to be that 6th man.
There we go. We got some movement here from Nova, and the ball swinging around.
Runyon through the lane, off the rim. And now Naz Hillmon has her 50th career double-double. Back-to-back double-doubles for Hillmon.
Oh, great cut. And a great move by Naz Hillmon. She just made that read, went in there and cut. Great finish.
The Naz Hillmon show continues. She is the reason Michigan is up by 6. Steal. This is Brown.
The crowd is up. It is lit here in Chrysler Center.
Roush defending tightly. Final seconds of the quarter. Mullen. Segrist. A strong finish to bring her team back. Michigan has outscored Villanova by 11 points over the last 2 quarters. As we head into the final quarter, the winner moving on to the Sweet 16 to face South Dakota. Villanova opening possession with the ball. This place doesn't get quiet during the timeouts either. It is just rocking all night long. Turnover as Garzon can't catch that long pass from Segrist. A lot to celebrate here in Ann Arbor. Of course, the men's basketball team upsetting Tennessee there in the Sweet 16 as well against Villanova. Brown, short, Hillmon there to clean it up.
Where does she come from? Where does she come from? I did not even see her anywhere in that play, and she just hopped right on in there and got the board.
She has such a knack of knowing where that ball is going to come off. I almost feel like that's a gift. Hard to coach or learn that. Segrist misfires.
It's effort and instinct, indeed.
Largest lead of the game for the Wolverines as they try to pull away here in the 4th quarter. Expect a fight back, though, from Villanova.
Look, battling out in the post. Yeah, I heard somebody behind me complaining about the pushing. Definitely physical down there in the post. Keep an eye on that with Garzon and Hillmon.
Yeah, we had a third commentator join us there for a second. A lot of the parents are scattered behind us, including Naz Hillmon's family.
Yeah.
And how about that steal from Hillmon? She's got 4 steals today to go along with all those points and rebounds.
Yeah, that was Mama Hillmon behind me.
I think that pass was intended for Kim Barnes-Arico. But believe it or not, they're saying Olsen touched it. So it's going to stay with Michigan. Kim Barnes-Arico, she's ready to catch that pass. Ophelia, the freshman, coming out talking to the head coach, getting some instruction over there on the bench. And Garzon getting a warning for being too close. And now we'll have to back up. Roush. Brown looking for a screen. Got just enough to get by Mullen.
Brown's putting her hands up like, can nobody guard me tonight?
And Villanova taking a timeout. But it's because Denise Dillon is upset with the officials more than needing to talk to her team.
Bucket, aggressive, carrying it, Michigan.
If I am picking a pickup game, Leah Brown is going to be on my team.
Absolutely, just completely complimenting Naz Hillmon in scoring. She is so aggressive in attacking the basket and getting it done on the defensive end as well. Leah Brown, 16 points thus far tonight.
And just the intensity with which she plays is a joy to watch. Michigan has been fighting and fighting against this scrappy Villanova team. Garzon had the threes going down in the first half, not in the second half. Herlihy fouled by Brown. First foul on Brown. It'll send Herlihy to the line, and Herlihy is a name synonymous with Villanova basketball. Her sister Bridget was on this team from 2015 to 20 and was a grad assistant last year. Now Bridget's playing professionally in Luxembourg, and Bridget did play in the game that they played here in 2017 in the WNIT. Herlihy smooth at the free throw line, knocks them both down.
Free throw is going to be very important for Villanova. They're a great free throw shooting team. When their shots aren't going down, that's the next step that they have to take. They have to be able to attack the basket, be aggressive, draw the contact, and get to the line.
This Villanova team is such a scrappy team, and there's an example of it. Oriole with the layup, undeterred by the defense of Brown.
We saw that in Oriole in their matchup against BYU. She is fearless. She comes off the bench looking to make an impact.
Oriole's dad played football at Kentucky. Hillmon trying to go past and turns it over as she tried to sneak by Herlihy.
You talked about Oriole's father playing football. Well, she shows that aggression, getting that steal to the bucket.
Oriole was Pennsylvania's Gatorade Player of the Year last year. And Olsen was Miss Pennsylvania basketball. They're both here on this Villanova team. And both stars of the future. Oriole, such a big part of that win over BYU. She really helped carry the team, she and Olsen, in the first half against the Cougars, because BYU started out 13-2 up in that game.
And when Maddie Siegrist wasn't scoring, when it was a slow offensive game for her, those two were the ones that stepped up and put the buckets in, the freshmen.
Looking forward to following this team for the next few years. Siegrist. And there was an offensive foul away from the ball. Garzon got caught in the lane, so Siegrist didn't even get a chance to shoot. Denise Dillon in her second season as the head coach here, coming in after the legendary Harry Peretta. And what a good job Kim Barnes-Arica was telling us she thinks Denise has done. It's tough to replace a coach who's been in an institution for so long, and it's been a very seamless transition, and the results speak for themselves. Kaiser tied up by Herlihy, briefly wrestled it back. Nolan's open. How about that?
That was great ball movement. You saw the overplay on that pass, so that forced a lot of rotation there by Villanova, but great job by Michigan, just rotating that ball around and finding the open player.
It'll go back to Michigan. I love the unselfishness of Filia.
This is textbook. This is what happens. You overplay it. You move that ball around. That extra pass from the freshman.
Michigan up by 11. Largest lead of the game for the Wolverines, but it still doesn't feel safe against this Villanova team. Well, now it's 13 by Hillmon as she pours on the points.
It doesn't feel safe, but I'll tell you what, you can pull away when you have the opportunity to get it into Naz Hillmon.
27 points, 10 rebounds for Naz Hillmon, one of the country's best. Herlihy off the mark, Filia with a rebound. Filia almost lost it. Olsen was bothering her defensively. Got our family commentators behind us again, Asia.
I know they're yelling. I'm trying to see what they're talking about.
They're calling the game. Love it. Naz Hillmon's mama, Nashima Anderson, here at the game. There she is, sitting behind us.
She's standing up. I'm looking at her right now.
I shouldn't say sitting, yeah.
Yeah, she's standing. That headband flew off. That's how much she was jumping up and down.
She calls a good game, I got to say. We haven't disagreed with anything she said.
No, she does. She's keeping these refs in check.
Fouls on Olsen. Just over 5 minutes to play. Filia. Out to Nolan, she's feeling it. Short on this one, but another offensive rebound. That's also been a difference in this game.
Yeah, rebounding indeed, especially on the offensive end. They throw up a shot, guarantee you they're going to get it back, and they capitalize off of those second chance opportunities.
17 offensive rebounds. Shot clock a factor now. You can hear the fans calling it out. And a turnover. Kim Barnes-Jericho, you heard her before the game telling her players, if you make a mistake, forget about it and move to the next possession. The veteran Brown coming back in, replacing Nolan. Dilk will sit down as well.
Michigan is so deep in their squad. I mean, you have players coming in and out, and just when you think you catch a break, you've got other talented players coming off of the bench. They
had 10 players score against American. Brown with a rebound. They are out rebounding Villanova 44-20 overall. A lot of contact away from the ball. Looks like an Oriole is going to get called for this one. It's been a physical game. We've said it over and over again, but it's physical in just a highest of standard way.
And you gotta love it. I mean, this is the matchup this type of matchup you want to watch. You want to see shots going up. You want to see the physicality. You want to see the passion and the grit, and that's what we're getting from both of these teams.
Both these teams are known for their sportsmanship. They play hard but play fair. It'll be fun to see the players embracing after the game. For Villanova, they really are in good shape. Only Herlihy is leaving this program. See how Runyon got her hand on it, and then that ball goes out of bounds. It was kicked. Keisha Thompson letting us know it was kicked.
Now you said it. How bright is the future for Villanova when you talk about Herlihy being the only player leaving?
Well, it's going to be so strange not to have a Herlihy in this Villanova program. As I mentioned, her sister was here before. They've had a Herlihy on the roster since 2015. And there's more contact. Runyon got called for that one. Third foul on Runyon. She's number 32 there, holding on to Brown.
Lots of holding. You see the hands.
Well, I mean, we've talked about her dad and brother being the football stars, NFL players.
Yeah, they've some little something she learned.
That would be holding in football. Her brother, there he is, John Jr. on the left, standing up there, little guy there. He is a starting offensive guard for the Packers. He would have been called for holding there. He came in just for this game. Again, he and his dad played here at Michigan. So his dad, I understand, showed the Villanova fan base all about Ann Arbor last night. I hear some karaoke may have been involved in that night last night. They've been enjoying themselves. Herlihy. And it is Michigan winning that 50-50 ball. Michigan on a 7-0 run. Blocked by Herlihy, yes.
A great block there.
Segras pulled up.
Oh, great kick.
Mullen, nothing but net.
Stops and scores. That's exactly what Villanova needs. They want to chip back in.
That was Mullen's first bucket. The lead is 13 for Michigan here in the final quarter. Winner moves on to the Sweet 16 to face South Dakota, who upset Baylor. This is part of the Wichita region. Hillmon draws the foul from Herlihy, and Naz Hillmon will go to the line where she's 3 of 4 tonight.
Yeah, if you're going one-on-one with Naz Hillmon and you're in there by yourself, I'm telling you, it's a difficult task guarding her, and she's a player that will draw the contact, whether she finished or not. Believe it, she's going to the free throw line.
Well, Asia, she did not play in the fourth quarter against American and still put up that double-double. She's definitely playing here tonight, but we talk about her basketball accomplishments. She's a two-time academic All-Big Ten member as well, an excellent student majoring in communications and media. So many incredible students on both of these teams, and Naz is one of the more accomplished ones.
And I have to say, as a former student athlete, that it's really difficult balancing both your academics and on the court. I mean, granted, there is a standard to the grades you have to receive, but it is tough. So you got to credit these young ladies that are out here doing both.
Mullen draws the foul, and the foul's going to be called on Roush.
Michigan foul is number 23, Danielle Roush, her first personal foul.
First foul on Roush. Roush, a senior from Syracuse, one of the co-captains on this team. She and Naz, as I mentioned earlier, she's also an excellent student on the COSADA Academic All-District team and was Michigan's Big Ten Sportsmanship honoree this year. Mullen on the free throw line. And Villanova had been perfect from the free throw line until then. That's the first missed free throw of the night. Full court pressure by Villanova as they try to fight back desperately.
Yep, they're trying to amp it up, trying to speed Michigan up, see if they can cause a turnover.
And Michigan breaks it. Roush backs it out. They're going a little deeper into the shot clock now on each possession. Brown, 2 on the shot clock. Hillmon going to work.
Wow.
Her 7th offensive rebound. 7 of her 11 total rebounds have been offensive rebounds. Shot clock down to 4. Brown will launch. Olsen to Segrist. And Segrist just has not been able to find her typical rhythm tonight. Roush wide open.
And both she and Naz were down there open, and Naz pointed and said, give it to Roush.
Timeout Villanova. Well, the Maze Rage, they call themselves. The student section here has definitely been out in full effect tonight. And Jawan Howard coming into the building now. He's always at the games here. The men's coach, so much symmetry between these two programs, and I know he loves watching Naz Hillmon.
And Naz Hillmon has been a force to be reckoned with. 27 points and 11 rebounds, and that is exactly how she does it. She has a nose for the ball, comes out of nowhere, and gets a second chance opportunity. She has been big for Michigan this evening.
Coach Howard was making his way down across the court and got a big ovation here inside Chrysler Arena. He's just headed into the tunnel now. He and his family at just about every one of the women's games. Lob down to Herlihy. Herlihy still fighting for it, and Hillmon knocked it out of bounds. You know, both of our head coaches tonight had so much praise for their male counterparts. Denise Dillinson and Jay Wright. She texted him yesterday to congratulate them on their win, and he turned it right back around and gave her some words of wisdom how to approach this game against Michigan. And Kim Barnes-Arico says she's still just so excited every time she looks over and sees Juwan Howard at their games, and he's at every one of them when they're in town. The men's team and the women's team share this facility, so they're very tight. Olsen with a foul, and that will be it. Our last look at Lucy Olsen, the freshman. We'll be seeing her again, though, for 3 more seasons, and what a fun treat it's been watching her this weekend.
You see she comes and gathers with her squad, encouraging them to continue on. She has had a tremendous, outstanding breakout freshman year. She's definitely someone to be proud of. Definitely keep an eye on her. The ceiling is high for her.
She was on the Big East All-Freshman team this year and fouls out. And Herlihy coming off the floor for the final time, getting an embrace from Coach Dillon. Again, the Herlihy family, synonymous with Villanova basketball. A hug there from associate head coach Joe Mullaney Jr.
An outstanding career for Herlihy as well.
All Big East performer. Her sister Bridget playing professionally in Luxembourg. And tears for the moment, but what a legacy she and her sister have left on this program. Rouse makes the second. A 15-point Michigan lead, and the bench is starting to empty.
We talked about a legacy with Herlihy and her sister. That's the most important thing. It's about what you leave out there. When you leave, how people will remember you. And the Herlihy sisters indeed had such an impact on this Nova program.
So Michigan came into the weekend having lost 4 of its last 6. There were some doubts about this team as a number 3 seed, and I think they've answered the doubts. And now, Asia, do they go into the Sweet 16 as a favorite against South Dakota?
Anything can happen in this tournament. That is what I've learned. I know everybody, brackets are getting messed up, but I'll tell you what, numbers-wise, yes, they will go into this matchup as the favorite, but you cannot sleep on any teams in here. But I guarantee you, South Dakota, they're looking and they're saying, man, we've got our hands full with this Michigan squad.
Naz Hillmon walking off this floor for the final time.
Her last official game here in the Chrysler Center, and she has performed indeed.
Naz Hillmon, one of the all-time greats in Michigan basketball history. And now another senior, Amy Dilk, comes off the floor to a standing ovation and massive amounts of hugs on that Wolverine bench. Naz Hillmon, the only man or woman to wear a Michigan basketball uniform with over 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. And a foul called on Nolan. But it has been such a treat to watch Naz Hillmon this weekend. And what an imprint she's left on this Michigan program. And she's not done.
Absolutely, and there's more basketball for her to play throughout this tournament as well at the next level.
Cauley and one draws the foul as Cedar had come into the game and drew the foul. Anahili Cauley, freshman from Windsor, Connecticut, at the free throw line now. This will only be her 13th free throw of the season. Good rebound by Cedar. Filia trying to work her way up the floor to Hobbs. And the Wolverines will keep dancing.
Punching their ticket to the Sweet 16 as they'll take on South Dakota.
So much admiration between these two head coaches. They spoke glowingly about each other all day today at the shoot-around.